One of the things that's been fun on a couple of stops has been, I don't know, there's been like a few like local artists in the house, with original music, and it's super fun for me to be able to play along with them. So, Erwin's here tonight, and he's kind enough to let me play a little saxophone with him.
It's all good.
Tuning the guitar, always the worst part of the show. What do you want? What are we going to play? Just play something?
Yeah, one of yours.
Yeah.
One of.
Whoa.
Okay. What would be maybe this is nice. Nice, yeah. It's a very sad song. It's about it's hard for me to explain it in English, but I'll give it a shot. Somebody called. I was in the Voice of Holland. You might know the Voice. My career was, downhill, completely downhill. So I had to figure out something to, the people still knew me, and I'm still there. So I did an audition with the River, River, and so and that opened all the doors. I got to the finals, and it got me a new career in Holland. So, still stuck in Holland, but anyway. The crazy. This is a crazy story, and you also told some stories about 16th of October. And that's also a crazy thing. A friend of mine, Susanna, has been very ill, and just last minute we arranged something to bring her along. She was born on the 6th. I didn't know 16th of October.
Wow.
And she's a big blues fan, and she definitely wanted to be here. Tried to get tickets, but so it's also that's one. There are more, but later on when we have more time. But the next thing is I was playing the River with the house band of Voice of Holland. Then I got a phone call from a guy named Sebastian, and he said, "Well, my mother, she saw your audition, and she was to tears, and she liked the version, the way I sang it. So, have you got a record version of The River?" I said, "Well, the only thing I have is that short audition, I think 1.5 minute or something, ruining the song. But anyway, we didn't have another choice. But so I said, well, I'm very busy at the moment, but I was in the middle of that crazy voice thing, and so, but Thursday I have time to play it live for your mom." But he said, his mom was ill, and also ALS. I don't know if you heard of that. It's very, very sad. But so he said, well, Thursday I have time to travel to you to play it live for your mom, and then you can record it or whatever. And so he said, "Well, there's one problem. My mother wants to go on Thursday." Euthanasia.
Oh, wow.
So that's, but I'll have a talk with her, and so later on he called back and he said, "Well, my mom decided, let's go a day later." It's great. It's also bittersweet, So, great. It's really great story. So I went up there with the coach during the Voice of Holland. She's a very sweet woman from Holland, also singer. We went there. We did a mini concert. Played The River. Played some other songs, and during those days, and a few days, just the first night, I woke up and a song came, and so it's connected to the River, and couldn't have been written if I didn't play the River and knew the River, and while she was liking that version of the river. So it's so in a subtle way also a connection with the lyric. I try to put it in this song. Maybe maybe you could, but also I had to think about your story about Clarence, you know, because this is also a song about saying goodbye, and the title is called "Try Not to Cry," so it's about, you know, the short period we have with each other, you know, try to make it as positive as possible, even though it's hard, you know, bittersweet. And
Sure.
so I have to get my harmonica. Sorry. So if you could, hopefully you could add some. And she, in the end, she recorded "Try Not to Cry," and she, in the end, that was this last song when she was gone.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy, yeah. But anyway, it's also in my theater show, by the way, from November. If you have time, join.
All right.
Okay, sorry, I'm a bit nervous now. I have to need a sip of water.
Ready to go, Evan.
And not just because Jake is here, but also I'm always nervous when I have to perform. So double nervous at the moment. Okay. Try not to cry. Ciao. Phone call last Sunday afternoon. Son Sebastian on the line who told me about you. That your river is slowly streaming to an end, to the eternal sea where oceans never end. I will try not to cry, try not to cry. I will try not to cry, try not to cry anymore. And now that we are forced to say goodbye, and it ain't no use to sit and wonder why. It's a bitter pill to swallow and to chew. Let's make the best of times together before it's through. I will try not to cry, try not to cry. I will try not to cry, try not to cry anymore. On this Thursday afternoon, a river of life slowly flows into the water of our love. Now that the time has come, we have to let you go. And for the last time you'll see us walking out your door. Let's just try not to cry, try not to cry. I will try not to cry, try not to cry leave it like this, or what? We're going to play something happy.
I think that's a good call. You know,